Hey there, I was just sitting and admiring this like gorgeous day that we're having where I live. And I mean, literally, look at that sky. It's like, holy heck, it's the most beautiful blue ever. And these big puffy white clouds. And there's no humidity. And the temperature's like, I don't know, 75 or something like that, like sunny and 75 for real. But I was sitting here and I was thinking about like my journey so far. And I was praying and I was saying, thank you, God, so much for like just the path that you put me on. And like I went all the way back to the beginning of like where this stuff all started, my spiritual journey, and where it started off as me being a seeker essentially. And it was because I had gone through a really bad breakup. And I'm actually looking out at the direction of where the guy lived, which I didn't even realize was out here until today. Like I've come here all the time and I just never really realized that I'm facing the direction of his home. But the guy who like broke my heart, like the first one, who I thought was like the most perfect man ever. And yeah, I got dumped and man, did that hurt. Totally annihilated my self-esteem and made me second guess myself. But it was the catalyst that made me actually like start going down the rabbit hole of me, right? Like, who am I? What the heck is going on? And I was crushed by this. And I went to school. I was a teacher, and one of my dear friends was also a teacher at my school. And she said, "Hey, why don't you come with me to this woman? And she does energy healing. She does this thing called Reiki." And I was like, "What the heck is that?" I was like a gym rat at the time. I'd go to the gym for like 3 hours a day, and I was really into like eating healthy and being cute, as you usually are when you're in like your early 20s. Um, but I was like, all right, fine. Like, I'm at rock bottom. I'll do it, whatever. And she was going anyway. So she's like, just come along with me during my next appointment and, you'll have a session too. And I was like, well, what is a session? Like, what does this imply? And she's like, don't worry about it. You're going to love it. And I was like, I don't know. This is freaking weird, right? So I walk into this place. It was about an hour or so away, so I had time to prepare. But I walk into this place and like it smelled like incense, and I was like, I'm not really familiar with that. And the woman who is now like literally my best soul friend in the whole wide world, but I didn't know her then. She had these striking blue eyes, like the sky today, striking blue eyes. And like when she looked at you, she would look like over your head when you were talking sometimes. And I was like, what's there? Like, what is she perceiving about me that I don't know? Like, this is weird, right? And she had just had a son, and her son had oh, poor angel in heaven now. He had been born with all these different like complications and stuff, and so like her house was just, it wasn't normal. Like, nothing about this place was normal. And I was like, dude, what am I doing here? Like, what have I gotten myself into? So my friend was going to babysit the infant while I went up to this like loft space where she had a massage table laid out and like music and incense and stuff. And I was like, I do not know what to expect. This is freaking weird, right? And so I was like, what have I gotten myself into? But I can remember sitting here today on this beautiful day, how I felt then. Like, all of a sudden, I feel the same feeling as that girl I was back then, like freaking 30 years ago. Not quite, 25 years ago. And I knew that day, this is what's coming to me. I knew that day that my life was about to change forever. Like, I knew that day that I was stepping into some type of like portal, stepping onto some like timeline that was going to completely transfigure my entire life. And I didn't know why. Like, I just knew it was kind of scary, kind of intimidating, but I kind of didn't have a choice. So I was like, all right, here we go. Let's do this thing, right? And so I hope this isn't too windy with my AirPods. So anyway, sitting here today with this blue everywhere facing the direction of like where that gentleman lived that had broken my heart, and remembering back to like the beginning of a spiritual journey, how freaking creepy and crazy it is. And I was thinking, like, when I talk to people, I talk all the time about all like the stuff that I've been doing for 25 years, like energy healing and stuff. It's just like second nature to me. Like, my language is numbers and symbols and signs and synchronicities, and it's just like how I am. But like, if I were to talk to that version of me right now, like I talk now, I would be like, who are you? What are you talking about? And I'm so grateful that I'm me now. Like, I wouldn't go back and trade the person that I am for anything. But definitely a stark difference in who I was before I stepped onto the spiritual path compared to who I am now. And so that day was the very beginning of like a spiritual journey for me that was insane. Like I laid on her table that day and she was like, she's just super loving. Like this woman's freaking amazing. Girl, you know who you are. Amazing. And so she sat down and said some prayers over me and then just kind of, she did Reiki. She put her hands near me, right? Like she wasn't doing anything weird. I dropped in, like the music she had on, I dropped in and like something happened. And all of a sudden, all I knew was I was gliding with something or someone. Like there was a being with me that I couldn't see, but all I could imagine was angel. Like that was like the sensation that I got was angel. And I was with this angel and I was flying over these like English gardens, like these gorgeous, absolutely perfect, beautiful, but a little bit wild English gardens back in time or in like some other realm that is not today's world, right? It's not like I just transported myself to, you know, Great Britain in the year 2002 or whatever year it was, right? It was like way back, different realm, and it was magical. And I still remember the feeling of it was so much love. Like all I knew was whatever I had stepped into, whatever this woman was doing to my body in terms of energy, it was all based in love. And there was this like higher source of love that was interested in me and in my healing and in my well-being. And I remember from that point on, I was like, okay, I have goosebumps right now as I'm talking about this, by the way. But I was like, okay, I'll do it. Sign me up. Whatever I need to do, wherever you need to take me, I'll go. I will go willingly, and I will see this through all the way to the end. And I just remember some of the messages that were, you know, involved in that English garden. It was just like, it was just, you are so loved. That's what it was. You are so loved. You don't even know how loved you are. Like you have no concept of how loved you are. And they wanted me to realize that. So it was kind of like this intention that I could feel around me of where I was about to go, and it was going to be on a journey to self-love is what it was, like a journey to me discovering that for me, instead of feeling love from outside, feeling that love inside of me. Because when I was with this angel being, I could sense that there was like love not just coming at me, but like through me, as me, one with me, and it was just so beautiful. And so yeah, and then I think about like another person that I went to years later when my marriage was falling apart. And I remember being like, I don't know what to expect from this woman. Like, this is weird. Again, the space I was going to, it was like this apartment in this town nearby. And like, I didn't really know how to like ring in and like get her and stuff. And I just had no idea what to expect. But that too was somebody that was referred by one of my dear friends who was like, hey, I have a friend who does some cool stuff. Like, you should probably go see her and see what she has to say about all this. Sure enough, she ended up being my teacher for like 5 years, and amazing stuff, like amazing leaps and bounds that I made with her, and amazing experiences too. And yeah, so I guess I'm just sitting here being like, whoa, the scariest, like craziest, creepiest, weirdest things that are also infused with this sensation of like, I don't know, but I got to do it. Just do it. Like, it's just so cool where that stuff leads you. And when I sit here today looking out at this beautiful vista that I'm looking at right now, which is absolutely stunning, this gorgeous sky above me, I can sense that same feeling of just love all around. Like, it's just this feeling of like giddiness. Like, you can't help but smile and be rejoicing in it. It's just really cool. So anyway, that's just my little story about how I felt at the get-go of this long spiritual journey I've been on, and where I'm at now, and how everything is just so much better. Like, it is so much better when we take that trip and we go down the path. Anybody I've put on the path, you know, like encouraged along the path, feels the same way. Every step, even though it's hard as heck. And I sat down today and my prayer to God was, holy shit, that was hard. That was so fucking hard. But I'm so glad I did it. And I am just such a better me. And I have that sensation inside of me that those angels wanted all those years ago. That angel, not those angels. That realization, that the self-actualization or self-realization of who we really are and what it's all about, and just how much freedom and joy and beauty there is, even in the midst of this crazy world that we live in. So much light, even in the darkness. Anyway, just want to leave you with that. Hope you have a massively blissful day. Everything good shall come to you. Cheers.